Writing Meaningful and Measurable IEP Goals, Part 2. Part 2 offers a checkpoint for you to practice discerning strong from weak IEP goal statements by evaluating for the presence or absence of smart formatting and college career-ready content. Let's walk through checkpoint 1A together. Is the goal meaningful and measurable? By February of 2022, Jaden will make progress toward acquiring and using grade-appropriate vocabulary by using structural analysis strategies, for example, dissect, to determine the meaning of targeted vocabulary words in 90% of opportunities. So let's break that down and examine the SMART formatting. Specific. Yeah, the goal is specific to Jaden. It aligns with the grade 5 standard, language 5.6, and the specific skill of using structural analysis. This means examining word parts for meaning by looking at prefixes, suffixes, and roots. Measurable. Yeah, we can observe and record whether the student determined, maybe it would be clearer to say stated or wrote, the meaning of a targeted word in 90% of opportunities. Attainable and realistic. We need some information on the baseline level and some specifics around how the opportunities will be distributed and what the target words will be. But this structural analysis represents a priority skill for students in grade 5. Time-bound, I'm going to examine whether the goal is set to be met in 1 calendar year from now. And overall, yes, we can say this goal meets SMART criteria and is meaningful for Jaden given the information we have. Checkpoint 1B. Is the goal meaningful and measurable? By February of 2022, Surrey will make progress toward demonstrating command of the conventions of standard English by spelling one-syllable words with up to 3-letter blends with at least 80% accuracy in 3 of 4 trials. Does the goal reflect SMART formatting and college career ready content? Is the goal specific? Yeah, the goal is specific to Surrey. It aligns with the grade 2 standard. It gives the specific skill of spelling single syllable words with 3-letter blends, for example, the word strap. It's measurable because we can observe and record whether the student spells targeted words with 80% accuracy in 3 of 4 opportunities or trials. For attainable, realistic, we would need some information on that baseline level for Surrey and some specifics around how the opportunities will be distributed and how many words will be presented in each trial. But this reflects a priority skill for students in grade 2. Time-bound, the goal is set to be attained 1 calendar year from now. So overall, we can say, yes, this is a meaningful, measurable goal for Surrey in terms of its formatting and content. Checkpoint 1C. Is the goal meaningful and measurable? By February of 2021, Marcus will apply properties of operations to calculate with numbers in any form, with 75% accuracy based on curriculum and district assessments. So is the goal specific? The goal specifies Marcus as the student. It aligns with a grade 7 standard. But is there a specific skill? Is the goal measurable? Can we observe and record whether the student achieves 75% accuracy? Yeah, but what are the skills that we're measuring? Is the goal attainable and realistic? We need some info on the baseline level and some information on the content of the district and curriculum-based assessment, so it's difficult to ascertain whether the goal is realistic and attainable without having any specific skills named or addressed. Is the goal time-bound? Is it set to be attained a year from now? So overall, what do you think? Is the goal meaningful and measurable for Marcus? Checkpoint 1D, is this goal meaningful and measurable? Noah will apply previous understandings of multiplication and division to accurately multiply and divide fractions without guidance. Specific, the goal is specific to Noah. Does it align with the standard? What is the specific skill? Is it measurable? Is there a criterion? What will we look for, listen for, count, or record? For example, what does apply previous understandings mean? How will we know if this occurs or not? Is the goal attainable and realistic? Multiplying and dividing fractions accurately is a realistic goal for all students in grade 4, beginning of grade 5. But can we ascertain whether this is attainable and realistic without really knowing the skill standard criterion? Not really. Is the goal time-bound? Is there information to tell when the goal should be met, and does that occur 1 year from now? Overall, what do you think? Is this goal for Noah measurable and meaningful? Checkpoint 1E, is this goal meaningful and measurable? By February of 2022, Aisha will make progress towards citing 3 pieces of textual evidence to support their analyses and inferences of a given text from 0% of the time to 50% of the time. So this goal is specific to Aisha. Their goal aligns to a grade 8 standard, and their goal addresses the skill of supporting inferences by citing text evidence. Is Aisha's goal measurable? Let's think about what it specifies as a criterion from 0% of the time to 50% of the time. One would question, will we monitor this skill 100% of the time, meaning all day, all night? What does 50% of the time actually mean? What will our data sheet look like? Is it the same as 50% of opportunities? Is the goal attainable and realistic? If Aisha does not cite evidence to support inferences at all right now, the expectation for them to do this in 50% of opportunities might be realistic, might be attainable. It's difficult to ascertain right now. Is the goal time-bound? Is it set to be attained 1 year from now? Overall, would you say Aisha's goal is meaningful and measurable? Yes or no? Checkpoint 1F. Is the goal meaningful and measurable? By February of 2022, Audrey will increase her comprehension from 40% to 80% when completing a variety of tasks to include sequencing story events, identifying main ideas, and answering basic comprehension questions accurately. So is the goal specific? Specific to whom? Does it align with the standard? Which standard? Does it address an observable skill? Is the goal measurable? What does 40% to 80% mean? Can we visibly record this for the skills listed? Is the goal attainable and realistic? Can we ascertain whether Audrey will perform the tasks at the stated level of 80%? Is the goal time-bound? Is it set to be attained a year from now? Overall, what do you think? Is Audrey's goal meaningful and measurable? Yes or no?